Children, this is the fifth video from this first lesson, the rise of nationalism in Europe. In previous videos, we have studied a lot about these European nationalism, how people fought against the monarchies, how people revolted against the monarchies, fought for the establishment of new nations. So many topics we discussed. Just in the fourth video, we have studied how Italy and Germany came into being as a nation. So it was not a simple process. Revolts or revolutions, and at last wars were being led, and at last new nations came into being as Germany and Italy. Today we are going to discuss about how England or Britain it came into a nation. But here the scholars and historians believe that Britain came into being as a nation not through revolts, not through revolutions, but it's a strange case. That's what the topic itself says, that it's a strange case of Britain. So before we discuss how Britain came into existence, we'll study a little bit about certain things about the Britain. Before 19th century or prior to 19th century, there was no such nation what we call today as an England or Britain. There was an island which was called as a British Isles. And in this island, three ethnic groups were residing. That is English-speaking people, the Welsh, the Scottish, Irish people. They speak different languages. They have different customs, different traditions, different political traditions and customs. These are the three groups which are residing in British Isles. But what has happened in the year 1688? English-speaking people started to grow very powerful. They started to grow very stronger in that region. They dismayed in 1688 to seize the power from monarchy. That is, English-speaking people were also controlled by monarchs, but they were able to seize the power from monarchy and they established Parliament. Parliament was established and they started to grow very stronger. And this powerful land or English-speaking land, they started to dominate even over other regions also. What has happened in the year 1707? They passed an act, a parliamentary act which was called as Act of Union in the year 1707. According to this Act of Union, Scotland was forcibly made to merge towards English-speaking people. And after merging this Scotland, a new name came to this land, that is United Kingdom of Great Britain. So many of them don't know why England is also called as United Kingdom. Why England is also called as a Great Britain. Nothing but in 1707, when Scotland was forcibly made to merge towards the English-speaking people, this is how the new nation came into being in England. Once, when Scotland was forcibly made to merge towards the English-speaking people, the Scotland started suffering under English-speaking people. The Parliament passed many acts, dominated over Scotland. How? The British Parliament was only dominated by English-speaking people. Scotland's were not allowed to be the members of the Parliament. They don't have the political right. Next, their political institutions were systematically, English-speaking people started to suppress their activities. So no political institutions were allowed to fight for their freedom. It says that any political institution tried to attempt for independence, they were terribly suppressed or repressed. Most of the Scotland people were Catholics. So any Catholic land tried to attempt for independence, for their independence, they were terribly repressed. And they were not allowed to wear their national dress. They were not allowed to speak. Their language is called as Gaelic language. This is what has happened after Scotland merged towards English-speaking people. And the same fate we study, there was another land which was called as Ireland. So Ireland also had to suffer the same fate like Scotland. What has happened? Ireland is also one country which was residing in British Isles. Ireland is divided into two groups, that is Protestants and Catholics. Often these two ethnic groups of people were having a lot of revolts, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of conflicts between these two people. Each one wanted to dominate over other. Protestants wanted to dominate over Catholics. Catholics wanted to be more powerful than Protestants. Taking this advantage, English people entered into the scene. How? English people started helping whom? Protestants in their revolt against Catholics. Catholics doesn't want English people to support Protestants. This is what was happening in Ireland. So later on what has happened, as the Catholics doesn't want English people to support Protestants, there was a revolt in the year 1798 under Wolf's Tone. But this revolt was suppressed. The English speaking people or the people of England were able to defeat the Catholic clans. Later on, after this revolt, the Ireland also forcibly made to merge with England. This is how the Scotland and Ireland was forcibly made to merge with England, and like this, the United Kingdom of Great Britain came into existence. Once when these two lands came under English people, new symbols were being generated by the English-speaking people. A British flag was being introduced. Then later on, national anthem was being composed, which is called God Save Our Noble King. And language of French made the national language. And these two countries or two lands have to suffer. They lost their independence under English-speaking people. This is how the England, the new nation, came into being in 19th century. Children, until now, right from the beginning, we were discussing how the people in Europe from different territories, they revolted against monarchs, revolutions were being led, movements were being led by liberal nationalist leaders, wars have been taken place. So all these, which were led by revolutionaries and national leaders, they generated the spirit of nationalism amongst the people, which caused unity among the people, and they were able to fight for their liberty. They were able to fight for their rights. They were able to fight for their nation state. But every time, we always give credit only to those liberal nationalist leaders. We always give credit only some revolutionists. So it is not only these people who are responsible in generating the spirit of nationalism. Behind, there were many other people also who were responsible behind the spreading of the idea of nationalism. Nationalism has not come through only by revolutionaries. Nationalism has not come only through the liberal nationalist leaders. Even the culture also played a very great role. That is what we are going to discuss. One side, yes, credit goes to many revolutionaries, like we studied Giuseppe Mazzini, Garibaldi, and many kings were responsible behind the movements. Many liberal nationalist leaders are also responsible behind the spread of nationalism. But culture also played a very great role. Culture, in the sense, that's what the topic, the contribution of culture in the growth of nationalism. How? Through art, through poems, that is poetries, through stories, through music, through paintings. How these all played, spreading the idea of nationalism amongst the people. Yes, they played a very great role. One by one we'll discuss who are those great people who played a great role in spreading the idea of nationalism, in spreading the idea of oneness. We know that after 1815 Congress of Vienna, most of the territories were being shared by different conservatives. The people who got the lands of different countries, they started to impose their own domination over the pre-inhabitants. Like for example, first we study about German. Johann Gottfried Herder. He is actually a philosopher. So being a German was dominated by the French people. people of French, the conservatives, were dominating their culture over Germans. So to bring oneness, to create a spirit of nationalism, John Gottfried started composing lots of folk songs, folk music and folk stories. He started to discover the German culture, the past culture through folklore. He believed that the folklore itself can unite the people of Germany. That's why he started composing folk songs, folk music and folk stories. Through these, he generated the spirit of nationalism amongst the people in Germany. Because German culture was getting buried just because of French domination. I wanted to give an example of our India. When British people started ruling us, they also started controlling or dominating over our culture. Our culture started getting buried under Britishers. The same way during the time of French domination over German, that is what has happened. Another person we come across, Grimm brothers, two brothers, that is Jacob and Wilhelm. One born in the year 1785, another born in 1786. Two brothers. What is their role? How the spirit of nationalism was spread amongst the people in Germany? Actually, these two brothers studied law, but they stopped their occupation, they kept their education aside, and they started collecting the stories, the folk stories, traveling from village to village in Germany. They traveled for 6 years, met the people in different villages, collected the past stories of Germany and published it to the people. They were called as folk tales. So in the year 1812, after collecting the folk tales, they started publishing these folk tales or folk stories to the people in Germany. That people in Germany started realizing or started getting the knowledge of their past culture, which was being getting buried by the French domination. And another great contribution of these Grimm brothers were, they even published one dictionary in German language. In German language. How many volumes? 33 volumes. Why they wanted to do that? So there is a sentence given that German language is a part of the wider effort to oppose French domination. That means German was under the control of the French. Just to get rid from this French domination, these two people, that is John Gottfried and Grimm brothers, played a very great role in discovering the folklore and publishing it to the people. And this is how they generated a spirit of nationalism amongst the people in Germany. And the next we come across Karol Kurpinski. Who is this man? To which country belongs to? As once again I wanted to go back, the Congress of Vienna. Poland was shared among the Prussians, Austrians and Russians. Later on, major part of Poland has come under the Russians. Russians dominated over Poland. And there the Poland also started fighting for their liberty, fighting for their freedom from Russians. Many movements were being led, but now the topic what we are discussing, culture, how it created or generated the growth of nationalism. Karol Kurpinski, he composed two dances, that is folk dances. They are called as Polonais and Mazurka. These are the two folk dances which were being composed, and these two dances became what it seems nationalist symbols. Whenever movements were being launched in Poland, people used to have this sort of dances to generate oneness amongst the people in Poland. And in same Poland, what has happened, once these Russians dominated this Poland, they started dominating the Poland on language. The language spoken by Poland people was Polish language. Russians restricted the people to speak Polish language. Where in schools? In schools, the Poland people are not supposed to deliver their teachings in the Polish language. They have to deliver their teachings in Russian language, which is against the people of Poland. Another thing, As Poland is a Christian country, the priests in churches, the religious gatherings, or the social gatherings, the priest should not preach in Polish language. Once they revolted, but it was a failure. Then later on, taking language as a weapon to fight against the Russian domination. Language became as one of the weapons to fight against the Russians. And those whoever spoke the Polish language going against the Russians, they were being punished by sentencing them into jail. But as we know that Poland people did not sit quiet. So this is how the culture played a very great role in the growth of nationalism. Another one thing we come across, how painting played a very great role. If you go back when we studied about Greek independence, Greek War of Independence, you know that Greeks were dominated by Ottoman Empire. Many times a lot of wars, a lot of revolts took place. At last Greeks got independence. But one painter whose name is Eugen Dolotrex. In 1824, he painted one paint giving a name for that painting as, the title of that painting as Massacre at Chios. Chios is an island in Greek. He showed through painting that how the Greeks were killed by the Ottoman Turks. Nearly 20,000 people were killed in this war in the year 1824. And when this painting was being published to the people, automatically, you know that other European countries have come for the help of whom? Greeks, and at last Greeks got independence. So what I mean to say through this topic, it's not only the revolutionaries, it's not only the liberal nationalists who are behind what the spreading of idea of nationalism. Even the culture also played a very great role in generating the spirit of nationalism amongst the people. It is through folklore, that is folk stories, folk dances, folk music. Apart from that, even language also has become one of the weapons to fight against the conservatives. The painting also played a very great role. This is how culture also responsible behind generation of the spirit of nationalism. So apart from that, even symbols also played a very great role in generating the spirit of nationalism among the people. That is allegories, visualizing the nation. What is this allegory? Allegory is nothing but when an abstract idea is expressed through a person or a thing. When an idea. So what is the idea that we are studying about here? The idea of a nation, the idea of nationalism. When a nation, the idea of nation is being shown through a person or a thing. So here the Europeans choose an allegory of female. So there is no allegory in real life what they chose. But they wanted to express this female figure as a nation. Once again I wanted to come back to our nation. When we started fighting against Britishers for our freedom, our artists also, they composed showing the nation in the form of Bharat Mata. The same way, the Europeans also wanted to visualize their nation in the form of female allegory, expressing liberty, justice and republic through these female allegories. Whenever people see these figures, the artists in France and Germany, they choose, I will teach what is that. They choose the female allegories expressing liberty, expressing justice, expressing republics. That means whenever people see this, they will realize that they have to fight for their liberty, they have to fight for their justice. So two countries we come across during the time of the nationalism movements, they chose two female allegories. The people in France chose the name called Marraine. Marraine is one female allegory chosen by the artist in France. The revolutionaries chose this Marraine, which is a Christian name. And if you see that picture or figure, lot of characteristics we come across in that. This picture or this figure expresses what? Liberty, justice and republic. And what all the materials or articles that were being painted in this figure, like the marriage was wearing red cap, the tricolor and the cockade. Each material shows the meaning of different things. And this marriage, the statue of this marriage or the pictures or statues of marriage, they were erected in public squares. Why? What is the meaning of public square? Wherever public oftenly is to roam or is to travel in that squares. So whenever they see these statues, they oftenly express themselves they belong to this nation. That's why the artists or revolutionaries erected this marriage in public squares. Not only in public squares, they also printed this marriage in coins and also in stamps of France. So this is one way how the nationalism spread through what? The allegories. And in Germania, the artists choose what? Germania. In Germany, it is called as what? Germania. And if you see that picture, even in textbook, so you can see that this picture of this statue wearing a crown of oak leaves. Oak leaves for German represent what? Heroism. That means heroically fight against the domination over the French. This is how this female allegory is also one of the cause for generating the spirit of nationalism amongst the people. So that's what the topic that we are discussing is that it's not only the revolutionaries or it's not only the liberal nationalists or it's not only through wars nationalism spread. So even culture played a very great role. Apart from poems, apart from folk stories, folk dances, even symbols also played a very great role. These are the two symbols. Please remember, the Meren and Germania are the two symbols which are being chosen, the female allegories which are being chosen by the people of French and people of Germany. So the last topic which is left over was nationalism and imperialism. Yeah, children, just now we have studied how culture played a very great role. Before that, how the nationalist, liberal, educated nationalist leaders also played a very great role. Revolutionaries, kings, so many of them were behind spreading of nationalism, and through these, the people were able to get freedom from the monarchs. Democracies came into being. But in the mid of 19th century, once all these countries got freedom from monarchs, democracies were established, and countries started growing very strong. Now, this nationalism started declining. All these countries started to develop jealous amongst each other. Each one is not happy with others. And what it led to, before it, we'll discuss, this sort of tension arises from Balkan regions. Balkan. Children, listen carefully. Balkan. Balkan is one region in Europe continent. And some of the countries today, the modern countries like Romania, Belgium, Bulgaria, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia, like that, some countries which has come into being as nations in Balkan regions, these were not a nation some centuries back. Right from 5th century to 15th century, these regions were being dominated by Ottoman Turks. Listen carefully. Ottoman Turks dominated these regions for centuries. The Muslim domination. As the nationalist movements which were led by the liberal nationalists in other parts of Europe, this also sparked in Balkan regions. Already we studied how Greece got independence from Ottoman Turks. Not only Greece. So in different parts of Balkan regions, the nationalist leaders of these regions also started generating the spirit of nationalism, and they started to fight for their independence from Ottoman Turks. The people in Balkan regions believed that before Ottoman Turks they were independent nations. But now they were under the domination of Ottoman Turks. Now they wanted to get freedom. Ottoman Turks, for the past many centuries, they tried to dominate, they tried to strengthen their power in these regions. But slowly, as the nationalist tensions or the nationalist movements emerged in this region, Ottoman Turks also started to grieve their power down. They declined. The power declined, and slowly, one after the other, all these regions started to get independence, and independent nations came into being in Balkan regions. Yes, children, Balkans, they got freedom from Ottoman Turks. New nations came into being, very happy. But these nations which came into being in Balkan regions now started the tensions amongst each one. Once upon a time, to fight against Ottoman Turks, very combinedly they fought united. But now this spirit of nationalism among these people started going down. They were not happy with each other, jealous, which played a very great role. Each one, they got their boundaries. Countries came into being, but they were not happy with their boundaries. Each one wanted to grow more than another. Each one wanted to grow more powerful than another. The jealous led the conflicts amongst the Balkan region. That's why in the 19th century, it says that this area experienced an intense conflict amongst each other. Once upon a time, this region was under Ottoman Empire. But after getting independence from Ottoman Empire, these people were not happy with the territories what they had. They wanted to increase their boundaries. They wanted to extend their boundaries. Jealous amongst each other. This led to wars amongst each other. Slowly, what has happened in other parts of Europe, already some countries like Germany, Russia, Italy, England, which started growing very powerful, they also wanted to acquire the lands of others to develop their nations economically. When these conflicts arise in Balkans, they entered into the scene of Balkans. They started acquiring the lands in Balkan. This is what started in 19th century, which is referred as what? Imperialism. Which is referred what? Imperialism. Acquiring the lands of other countries. Europeans, after getting victory from monarchs, Europeans, after getting freedom from monarchs, democracies were established. To grow stronger and stronger, they started acquiring the lands of other countries. Balkans also became the part of European empire. Imperialism started. Europeans were not satisfied only acquiring the lands in Europe. They started moving to the other parts of the world and started acquiring the countries of other lands. And this has led to world wars. This is what has happened in this lesson. So, what has happened during the time of wars? Who were responsible behind this? What are the problems that has been led to the world? We'll study in the next coming lessons. So, thank you for listening to me. And if you have any doubts and queries related to the rise of nationalism in Europe, please share it. One request from my side: I have completed 5 videos of this lesson. So, oftenly go through these videos, listen carefully, then you will understand this lesson very clearly. If you have doubts, please clarify, comment on this, and subscribe this channel. Thank you very much.